Vice Chairman Sir, by cutting all the welfare schemes, an extra amount of rupees 70,000 crores is being provided for investment in infrastructure. By doing so, the growth rate may rise as the government believes in a trickle down manner, but it will be a top down approach. It will be trickling from top to bottom, so it will be that approach. The plan is to create wealth at the top, at the corporate level, slowly, which government believes will trickle down below. This is all anti poor step. For the government, it appears that the reforms mean the new land law, which we have opposed and we will oppose. I have already spoken about that. The government's motto is to corporatize the entire country. Now, this is the very important. Looking at everything, the entire budget and the way in which the government has been going on, it is clear that the government is for corporatization of the country. Para. Sir, I request all the members that while taking on the legislation of the corporate of this country, they should stand against this type of policies by voting. I expect all colleagues to do this for this important legislative process. Sir, I tried to read the budget speeches of the UPA and speeches of then opposition leader and other opposition members. Sir, this budget is a continuation of the policies of the UPA government. That is, they are trying to carry forward aggressively the 1991 neoliberal policies. They tried their best to carry forward them. Sir, I tried to get the copies of the speeches of the then leader of the opposition. We had several wonderful speeches by Mr. Arun Jaitley in this house, particularly on budget. But I could not find out the speech for 2013-14 because at that time nobody could speak on budget because we in the opposition jointly obstructed the budget discussion. The word obstruction is the new terminology used in the budget discussion. It is obstructive or it is constructive. It depends upon the perspective. If you look through the eyes of the corporate, then obstruction to the policies is obstructive. If you look through the eyes of the common man of this country, then this obstruction is changed into a constructive approach. Sir, protest, agitation, obstruction is a part of democracy. Stop. Start. Sir, on the other hand, for the centrally sponsored scheme grants and loans which have been cut is to the tune of rupees 1.34 crores. Thus, in fact, the devolution actually is from 61% to 62%, which is absolutely nothing. With one hand you have given and by the other hand you have taken it back. This is just be fooling the public and everyone when you say that you have taken away the schemes of the central government. The anti-poor budget shows that this government is clearly against the poor persons. The government is justifying the cut on integrated child development scheme by saying that because they have now introduced a new scheme of sharing with the state, there will be a category fully funded by the government. The second category would be there will be a sharing between the states and the center, and the third category would be where the center will not pay a single rupee for the schemes which will be fully borne by the states. So they have now made out three categories. The backward region growth fund, which clearly helped the backward areas in the country, has been totally abolished. No mention has been found about the 100 smart cities. I am surprised that these cities have vanished from this budget. Where they have gone, we do not know. The 100 smart cities were vehemently proposed in the first budget of this government. Now 23 schemes will be funded by the center. 13 schemes will be shared between the states and the center, and there are schemes which are totally delinked. Para. As regards national e-governance plan, no fund has been allocated for modernization of police. Not a single paisa is to be given by the center for the national e-governance plan. I would like to speak a few words on the roadmap and policies of the center. Apparently, the fiscal roadmap is to reduce public spending on welfare schemes by directing not to spend any more money on welfare of poor people, and instead reduce the same drastically. As regards FDI, the focus is on bringing investment through FDI in public sector companies like railways, road, defense, etc., which is going to drastically affect employment of scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, other backward classes and minorities, as there will be no reservation there. By giving tax soaps to the corporate sector, the financial elite, it will create wealth and income inequality. Stop.
थैंक यू। इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन को प्रेस करें ताकि लेटेस्ट वीडियो की जानकारी आप तक सबसे पहले पहुंच सके। वीडियो को लाइक और डिसलाइक अवश्य करें। कोई सुझाव और प्रश्न हो तो कमेंट बॉक्स में लिखें और वीडियो को अपने फ्रेंड्स और क्लासमेट्स को शेयर करें।